back number 22 out of Eastern. Where'd you go to high school, JR?
I went to high school in Mount Zion, Illinois.
Okay.
I'm from Decatur, Illinois, where I was born and raised.
Okay.
My mother, I was supposed to go to Eisenhower High School. My mother said that would be a negative because, you're there with your friends, you will never graduate. So she sent me to a little school right outside of where I grew up at, and I guess it worked out for her.
Well, you're still alive.
Yeah.
You graduated.
Yeah.
You went to Eastern. Tell us a little bit about your decision to go to Eastern.
Actually, it's funny. I got recruited by all the Big Ten schools. When it came down to it, I didn't want to go far from home. And the school that I was going to go to, obviously, was Illinois. But Illinois is 45 minutes from my house.
Okay.
And the reason why I decided not to go there was because the year that I came out was the year that Rocky Harvey came out, Antonio Harris came out, Siaka Massaquoi came out, Alonzo Weiss came out, and we were all going to the same school. So I decided that I wanted to go somewhere I was going to play and then have to deal with, 7 other running backs at the same spot. I think, I can't remember what running back was there, but one of the starting running backs was even still there. So it was like, man.
Yeah, exactly.
But I chose Eastern because, my mom's big thing was I wanted to graduate from college. Give me a Big Ten school. When my brother ended up going, I'm not going to class. I'm not passing anything. So, I went to a school where the teachers knew that I was going to have to be in class. They could keep up with me, and it worked out well.
That's great. Again, we have J.R. Taylor on the line. We are here live at Chicago Slaugther practice at Finish Strong 551 West Roosevelt. Ryan, take it away.
Yeah, after Eastern, you were saying you played in a few leagues, including, up in Montreal with the Argonauts. What are those leagues compared to the Continental Indoor League where you play in now?
It's funny. Besides the NFL, the Canadian League's not much different, except for, you're on a much bigger field and you have 12 guys on the field as opposed to 7. But in Montreal, we had all guys were going in motion before the ball snapped. Their fans are a lot different up there. They're really into the game, which was kind of weird to me. I didn't really think that when I first started there, but they're really into the game. I'll say this much: playing in Montreal might have been one of the funnest times I've had playing football.
Really?
Yeah.
Please expound.
Well,
if you can say it on the air.
No, I can definitely do that. I can definitely do that. But NFL players here, that you can't really go out without being bothered. They can't do things like you get hounded. Up there, we went out. We were treated like we were kings everywhere. Before the games, everybody just had fun. The NFL, you'll never hear music played during the game like they do in an arena. They play the music during the game. In Canada, they do the same thing.
Really?
But they play it the whole time. The fans are just so into it. It doesn't matter what you're doing; they're always into it. It was just a lot of fun.
You weren't up there when Ricky Williams was, were you?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I had to ask.
He was in Toronto.
Yeah, he was in Toronto.
I know. Maybe you played against him during.
No, he wasn't. Actually, I was there when Ben Sankey was there. Ben Sankey he was the guy that played for Rockford.
Sure.
Up there and just went back up to Toronto, but me and him were together, and that was different as well.
So playing in Montreal, was there any language barriers or anything like that?
No,
was tough?
It was pretty smooth because the guys up there, they know French, but they know English pretty well. The football players do, because most of them go to American schools.
Okay.
Up there, so it was pretty easy up there. Now, once you get out into the city, it's a little different. But we're with guys that understand it, so
right.
Sure. Again, J.R. Taylor on the line, running back number 22, plays here for the Chicago Slaughther, practicing at Finish Strong Indoor Sportsplex. Give him a call, 630-293-0963. J.R., what's it like being a running back in indoor football? Because when I watch, I always feel bad that you don't get enough action.
Yeah, luckily for me, I play a lot of receivers too. I was lucky enough to learn that. Coming out of college, I got to work with Don B.
Oh, wonderful.
Right. So
wonderful.
To this day, still talk to him, still work out with him some here and there. So he worked with me a lot as a receiver.
Okay.
So I can be multiple at it. So, I'm able to go to the receiver spot and stuff like that. But, the running back position, indoor is fun. Do we get the ball 15 times a game?
Yeah.
It's a passing game. But, it's still fun. When I do get it, it's, just like it's a little bit more talented. The field is so small.
Sure.
But
sure.
It's definitely fun.
Understandable. Ryan?
Yeah, what are the, we're talking about differences in leagues. What are also differences in, surface? Going from that big field to playing in a short field, what are, the biggest differences and the biggest things you have to change about your game?
Well, the biggest thing is the physical. People think arena football, indoor football isn't that physical. it might be a little bit more physical than regular football. There is nowhere
for space, right?
Right, there's not enough space. Outdoor, you can run out of bounds if you want. Indoor, there's nowhere to run out of bounds. You know, you got to hit something, whether it be the wall or another person.
Have you ever had any cases of fan interaction? Like, for example, there was a few, it might have been a few months ago now, where it made top 10 ESPN Chicago Rush game where the fan intercepted the ball, taking a touch away. Anything like that you've experienced?
We've had it this year with our receiver Keith Harrell trying to catch the ball and the fan took it while we were at home.
Oh.
Now that's unusual.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, our league is based around our fans, so we do everything to get them involved. I mean, last game I actually got knocked into the stands, which is unusual, but I actually got knocked into the stands after a touchdown, and it took me forever to get up because they wouldn't let me up. Like I was so then I realized that they didn't want me; they wanted the ball to leave my hand.
Oh.
You know, so once I gave the ball up, they were like, "Whatever."
Yeah, push him back into the field.
So.
That's funny. J.R. Taylor with us, number 22, running back, Eastern Illinois. Ryan.
What are the things, having a long, somewhat long career, played at a few teams now, what are the things that you're still working on to improve your game a little bit more?
I mean, the big thing right now is working on, right now I'm playing with a little bit more weight. After out of college, I weighed 220 pounds, and as you get older, your metabolism's not as well, I'm still as fast, if not faster than where I was when I came out of college.
Okay.
But, weighing 250 pounds now, I'm working on trying to be able to move and shake a little bit more. And that's not as easy as it was when I was younger, So, I'm still trying to work on that, being more elusive and just running everybody.
Right.
As I get older, this body's not taking those hits very well.
Now, is that something that you would, if you had a choice and either one was, a 50-50 option, would you rather run somebody over or shake them off?
Question is, am I going to get in the end zone? So if I can make a miss to get in the end zone, I'll make a miss. If it's one of those things you have to run them over to get in the end zone, whatever it takes to get in the end zone. So
It's like Bo Jackson over here. Whatever it takes to get it in.
Yep.
Bo knows, JR knows. It's right across the board. Again, JR Taylor on the line with us, number 22, running back. JR, really quick, are there any rituals or superstitions that you may have? Because it seems like you'd have some.
Oh.
You got that look in your eye like, I put my left sock on first.
Yeah, actually, I don't sleep before a game. I do not sleep before a game.
Really?
So I might get maybe an hour of sleep.
Wow.
Now, is that something you try to do or it just kind of happens?
No, it's happened to me ever since I was in high school. I've never been able to sleep before a game. And in high school, it was worse than I had to go to school the next day. And but I never could sleep before a game. It's funny because we have a message board. I'll go on the message board and I'll type on the message board with the fans. And they see messages from me at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. They're like, "Oh, you have a game?" So it's that, and I lay my uniform out the night before.
Okay.
And I have a bag that I put it in, and I put it from sock all the way up to my helmet. Even my helmet goes into a bag. It's all separate bags.
Wow.
And then I put everything in one at a time to make sure I have it, and then I pull it out again to make sure I have all the stuff again and pull it back in. So it's weird. And
now, does that come from leaving something at home during the practice when you were a little kid?
I've never left anything.
So it just kind of, wow.
I've always done it, and I think it's because my mom always said, if you leave anything, we're not coming back to it. So, but I've never, since I can remember, I've never left anything.
That's good.
And then the big thing is my mouthpiece. There's a certain mouthpiece that I can only have, and I only wear it. I hardly take it out once I start a game. Unless it's halftime or the end of the game, I don't take it out. So I feel like I'll lose it somewhere. So
Sure.
never take on mouthpiece either.
Sure. Again, JR on the line with us, number 22, running back out of Eastern. JR, do you have a nickname? We hear some nicknames sometimes. Do you have one?
Actually, JR is my nickname.
Is it?
Yeah, my real name is Phil. So what's the thing we're doing? So everybody calls me JR. My teammates call me Angry Man. It's like, I don't know why they call me that, but my teammates tend to call me Angry Man.
I don't want to find that out. JR, we want to appreciate it. We thank you for your time here with us on Prescription Sports. Best of luck as you approach the playoffs here, and best of luck with this practice coming up.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Going to take a break here on Prescription Sports. Just had JR Taylor on the line with us, number 22, running back out of Eastern. And folks, we'll get another interview right when we come back from this wonderful break. ICBSportsChicago.com. Thanks again.